So Cyborg is played by Ray Fisher. I actually couldn't tell you if he did a good job. I guess he worked well with what he had. He's very CGI, that character, and the CGI is not fantastic. So I did think he did a good job with what he had, but there wasn't much for that character in this. I don't see that they're going to be able to make a Cyborg standalone movie, and I actually don't think that they need to. Like, Cyborg obviously has some massive fans, but I guess it's similar to like how they made the standalone Hulk movies, but what they've now realised is that the Hulk, for the purposes of that universe, the Hulk works better with the others. Cyborg's very much like that. Like, if you see Cyborg in the Batman comics, he's like a real asset to Batman because of how much information he can access. So whether they need to do a standalone there, I don't know. Aquaman. So Aquaman I thought was good. Jason Momoa looks great in that role. Doesn't he just look great in that role?
Yeah, you do.
But similarly, I would say that it's really, like, the way he's framed, like, yeah, okay, we get it, he's attractive. Like, it's not okay for Wonder Woman, it's also not okay for him to just make him this token, like, oh, badass with a heart of gold. Like, give him something more than that. There's this particular sequence where he's walking beside the water and he's drinking, I don't know, whiskey or something like that straight out of the bottle, and it just does feel like this is like out of a parody movie of, oh, look how cool he is. I feel like Jason Momoa did a good job with that, and I really do look forward to the Aquaman movie. I think that will be really good. And I've got more points on that, but they fit into another section. And in case you didn't know, and you should by now because I told you have to watch the movie before you watch this, Superman is in this movie. I feel like that's implied. I feel like that shouldn't even be a spoiler. Like, it's the Justice League, of course Superman comes back. So this was really exciting. Superman finally starts to be what Superman actually is. So there's a mid-credit sequence with Flash and Superman, and it's actually starting to really show Superman's personality. So I have some Superman comics. I'm not a massive Superman fan, but he's not just America's Boy Scout, and like in the movies we see him, he never makes jokes or anything like that, but Superman's actually really funny. He often gets mad burns in on Batman. He's probably the only one that gets away with it too. And there's this, in that mid-credit sequence when he's kind of talking to Barry, that's where you really get to see his personality, and that's very exciting. And I actually really, now I'm looking forward to Man of Steel too, as long as this is where they take it. So another good point, and it's rare that I have a good point about anything Zack Snyder does, but I do feel like I have to say it, is his style of directing is perfect for the Flash. So there's this sequence where when Superman comes back and he's kind of evil initially when he first gets resurrected because he doesn't know what's going on, and the Flash tries to move really quickly and kind of get behind him and flank him without him knowing, and Superman side-eyes him because he can see him, and the Flash just shits himself, and it's just a great moment. It is hilarious, and the way that it's filmed is really good, and that is Zack Snyder's directing. So there you go. Apparently it actually is good for something. Who knew?